Good afternoon. My name is Toby McAdam. I'm with Rising Sun Iodine. I'm actually in Livingston, Montana. Um, we're having seen a few things with this and the coronavirus. I see a lot of things going online, all the news, um, people going on unemployment, businesses folding. Um, the news, certain news channels and stations are making this sound like it's a catastrophe and everybody's going to lose everything. And all I can tell you is stay in a state of mind that you're going to overcome this, and that you are going to come out fine. My personal opinion is that the economy is going to come out okay. To me, it's a virus. I've dealt with these for years, but I applaud them for being as cautious as they have been. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about you. You're sitting out there and you're wondering if you're going to have a job, if you're going to be laid off, if they're going to close you, no contact. You probably even just thought a few years ago and went through your mind that you were going to open a business. This is a good time to do it. You might have wanted to work out of your home. The internet's a good place. Think about it. If you can't, and if you're panicking, think about going and taking that plunge and expanding your horizons into something that you thought about, maybe working from your home. You're going to go through a lot of this virus thing's going to be tough. We're going to have money issues. You're frustrated because it's out of your control. But you do have the ability to change things. You can sit and listen, or you can change it. Jobs are going to be tough. I know that some of these restaurants are going to shut down. That's what they claim. I don't think this economic is going to be as bleak as they say. Because if I can go through what I had to go through with the FDA and the government regulations, this is going to be a bleak for you. Give you an example. In 2010, I entered in a consent decree with the FDA. They shut me down because of the labels, what they call adulterated labels, which means that the supplements were worded in a way that they were making a medical claim. So during that course, had to go through issues with label experts. That was on August 5th, 2010. During that course of time, I was fined $80,000. I was sent to prison, federal prison, for 4 months. I had 2 points, which they decided that there needed to be a lesson, so they decided to keep me in there. Hell of a diet program. I lost 30 pounds. Maybe I should take them back up on it. But anyway, when I was released in May of 2016, went through the process. So anyway, I ended up getting my labels approved in 2017. And the government decided to keep changing things. They changed their policy. The FDA requested different things. So I followed it. But then on March 27th, which was ironically my father's birthday, the FDA notified me that I could resume operations. Now, why does that have anything to do with this? Well, I want you to know that I was told that I was never going to be able to accomplish this. It's the government. They're going to not allow you. They're the big boys. They're going to fight you. Well, you're probably going through that right now. You're looking out there and you said, this virus is, I've lost my job. I don't know what I'm going to do. What am I going to do? The government's going to help you. Now, the time-wise, that's yet to be seen. So my advice, contact your congressman and representative, and that's one thing I did. I called the ombudsman. I bugged them probably 2 or 3 times a week. I was worse than a rash. That's what you need to be. If you are in that, if the government has put a package out there and they promise to help you out, you need to be persistent. Do not let up. If you are a business, do not let up. If they told you they have relief out there, you make sure you get your share of it. Make sure you don't have to go through what I had to do for 10 years. They said they put this package together, take advantage of it. There was no reason you should have to sit back and panic about this and your family and stress, and you're going to have family fights, you're going to have issues, discord. No, the government says they're going to help and put some money out there and help with this financial crisis. Take it. This is something that's going to help you. And then for those out there, if you're thinking about starting a business, get a hold of the government. This is the time they will help you. Think of something you might want to do. Maybe you wanted to you had hobbies and crafts you were doing. There's people do leather work. People make jewelry. People make a lot of sitting, or knitting, sewing. There's so many things you can make. Just if you had an idea, maybe you have your home and you decide you were going to go into off the grid and you want to maybe make goat soap or something like that. But if you were thinking about getting a business, think about it. This might be the opportunity that you have. For you business out there that have this and you're sitting wondering what you're going to do, you feel bad about your employees, I'm going to tell you, if you're worried, get a hold of your congressman and senator, and you do not let up. If you have to, call them once, twice, 3 times a day. You be their worst nightmare. If they told you if there's government funding out there, you bug the hell out of them. Now, I persisted. It took me a little bit, but they kept changing, and that was fine. They needed to, because the supplement industry is it's dangerous out there. And you see companies like GNC with their junk stuff out there that has fillers. But that will be another thing in the future. But let's keep with you, because this is what's important. Contact and keep in contact and just bug your local people. If you have a governor, you get on that governor and you tell him, hey, you promised me. It's an election year. You push this down and you make sure they help and bail you out. This virus will not last forever. It's like any virus that gets out there. It starts because we have our climate changes. And the reason our climate changes is it's just the cycle of life. They call it global warming, well, whatever you want to call it. The planet changes, viruses changes, plants change, things change. We have to adapt to it. These viruses are going to come and go, and they're going to be out there, and we will be able to take care of them. So just not panic. It will be over. If you're starting to get something, there's ways you can protect yourself. So take those. But I want to talk to you about your economics. And just with what's coming out there, President Trump is talking about till the end of April 30th. I'm thinking it's going to start subsiding before then, but yes, I think April 30th would be a good target date. He was saying Easter. To be honest, that's not too bad of a guess, but I would say with how this virus behaves, let's plan things around April 30th. Let's plan, hope for the best, and plan for the worst. And hopefully that's what the Congress is. So I'm telling you, by the time at the end of next week, when it starts April, let's say April 7th, April 8th, you need to start bugging your congressman and senator. They're going to be home. You sit there and you tell them, you promised this aid, it needs to be here. One thing about President Trump, at least he's a businessman. He can be a jerk, he can be an asshole at times, but that's what it takes to get you through a crisis like this. Politics has no place in this area. This is business. So the politicians need to step aside and let us big boys handle this. So what you need to do as a businessman, and if you're a business owner, look at your employees and say, and you get out there and you fight for and you get in it because you have the voice. And then for the work, people out there working that are going to be on unemployment stuff, you bug your politician. Don't just sit there whine and complain. You bug them. That is how things get done. If they get out there and get 10,000, a million calls, they're telling you, oh, we're not getting our money. They're going to think they're going to push this thing. They have all the things in place and they can get this out. So to your businesses, to you out there that are sitting there, are panicked about this, I know the stress is there. You're worried about it, but at least some of these restaurants are working the carry out. And if you're out there, people, support your carry out restaurants. Stay safe. Wash your hands. I prefer using neem soap myself because it keeps it under there. There's other things you can use. I'm into, like I said, I make iodine products, and there are so many uses for that. But we can't. That's the other thing. As a supplement manufacturer, we can't make any kind of claims. But what's unique about it is in the supplement industry, you don't have to go what they call the research. When we tried to talk to them about certain sanitizers, the EPA said it'd take 1 to 2 years. So that's what's unique about the United States. We do have that option of being supplements. But anyway, stay safe. Bug the hell out of your politicians there, folks. Let's just get that money, and you guys deserve it. I mean, you're going through a lot of times, but it will be better. And like I said, we're going to have the best economic year that you have ever seen because people are going to prosper. It's going to take, we're just having a little blip. Let's just call it an unexpected vacation. And it's just keep handy, work with this, and keep in touch with your politicians. Stay safe. Thank you.